Hey, listen, man. Let me say this, man. These women aren't going nowhere, man. Focus. I know you want to hit the club. I know you're going to be tempted. The events are going to come up. I know summer's done. But just because summer's done, does that mean that women are going to stop being lustful and lusty? Does that mean that sex is going to stop being pushed out towards you and triggering your carnal desires? Does that mean that your carnal desires are naturally going to stop? Does that mean that you're naturally not going to want to go out there into the world and start giving things into the world instead of actually taking all that energy, putting it into yourself, becoming valuable, and actually getting what you actually want with your control? No, and when I say that, what I mean is that you know how to attract, you know how to get into a situation, but you also have the value for yourself to get out of a situation. You know how to do things that you want to do, and you know how to have the discernment to understand that you're actually doing things for other people's approval that are actually going to make you lose. So what am I trying to say, man? Listen, man. You might have to miss out 1 or 2 years out of the game, man. What does that look like? Meaningless link-ups. Going out every week, partying, getting drunk, belligerent. Meaningless dating. Meaningless link-ups, man. Some of your friends, they don't have the same calling you have, and that's fine. Probably they got called, they didn't listen to the calling. Probably they haven't got the calling yet. But if you've been called to operate on a higher level, you need to listen to that calling, or else you're gonna just waste time. And in the next 5 years, we're gonna see who was playing and who wasn't. So what does that mean? That if you're in a good position right now, great. If you're not in a good position right now and you're aware and you've got this calling to separate, you are gonna be in a good position. You got guys out here who are so stubborn. Guys are stubborn. Guys will look at their city and it's like the main thing that, you know what it was, before I even talk about what I'm going to talk about, right? You got so many billions of people in this world, and people are only tied down to their city, and they think that's it, that's the end all be all, right? Women are some of the biggest motivators and also the biggest distractions. Let's not even go on. I was going to talk about, I spoke about locking in winter time, and I said when you lock in winter, you got to lock in spiritually, and I was going to get into the mental, I was going to get into the physical, and then I was going to get into the financial. But you know what I'm going to do right now? I have to talk about women, because women are some of the biggest distractions for men, and they don't have to be, because we're meant to be the ones of power. If you've got power, why are you losing self-control? Why? And your lack of self-control is leading you to be stubborn. Your stubbornness is leading you to do things that are going to put you 10 times back just to fulfill childish lusts. You're out here in the club, right? Your friends are hitting you up. Your friends who haven't got the calling yet, they're hitting you up. Hey, bro, man, we need to go to this club. Bro, man, we need to go outside. And you don't know how to say no. You're living for human approval. Now you're going to give off your energy to things of this world. What does that look like? Now you're going to have to get a haircut. Haircuts ain't even 25 no more. £25, 30, bro, they ain't even £20 no more. $20, £20, €20. Now they're like 30, 35, £45 for a haircut. Cool. You gotta go to a new club. You gotta go out now. You gotta buy new clothes. Man, you just gotta keep new trainers now. And it's like you just get caught in this whirlwind and this cycle. And more than likely, most motivating guys, how many guys are actually going to be fair, man? Most guys should be only going out to really celebrate with the people who they love, to just have a good time and create memories and create nostalgias in the past. But most guys ain't doing it, bro. Let's just be real. Most guys are going outside to chase cat, to chase the nanny, chase the ush, to chase what's in between a woman's legs. And I'm here to say, listen, why are you wasting time with women that are not even going to be a part of your life in the next 1 to 2, 3 years? Why are you wasting time with women who don't even operate in the same energy you're operating on? We're living in a world where people are so down bad mentally and people look like shit physically. People are not hitting the gym like that, especially girls. You go to the gym right now, you're never going to see more women than men in the gym, even though there are more women than men operating in this whole world. They're letting themselves go, but we're living in a whole world where there are women who haven't let themselves go. I told you, there are women in Africa, 52 countries of Africa, of different people, with different melanations. There are women in South America, women in Central America, women in Switzerland, women in Sweden, women in the Philippines, bro. There are women all over this world, man. And these women all over this world, they're traveling to your city, bro. Women who have quality, who have put themselves in a good position, who are actually going to good gyms, who actually have a good physique, actually offer some sort of value. They are waiting there for you, bro. But you're dealing with these low-level type women. Why? Because you don't want to add value to yourself so you can start attracting value. Instead, you just want to deal with what you want to deal with because you're not thinking about the bigger picture. And this is where we come into delaying self-gratification. But we have to talk about females, bro. A lot of guys are stubborn. A lot of guys are not in the position that they want to be in financially, but they're still paying 500 on a car note, 700 on a car note. Just to pull up to after the function that they didn't even pay to get into. Just to do a clean-up crew. Just to do a clean-up crew, man. And half of these guys are not even getting girls because the girls that you're trying to do clean-up crew with, they don't even care nothing about you. They're just going to use you as your Uber for you to take them home, and you ain't going to get nothing but a kiss on the cheek, bro. Like, this is why I say the best way to win in the dating game is to not play at all. Why are you playing in a game that is created for them? It's a game because it is a game for these women. They have options, but don't think because they've got options that they're winning. The reason why people have options is because they can't get what they want. The reason why men have options and they're running through these type of women is because they can't get what they want. In what people really want, they want every single aspect that is valuable to them in one person, bro. I don't care what no one says. Deep down, that's where it is, bro. I'm not even capping, bro. If a girl says she has options, bro, I'm telling you right now, if the guy who's her type, physically, mentally, financially, whatever, was all embodied in one guy, she will settle down with him. But a lot of these women are actually settling down with guys that they don't want to settle down with, man. And it's usually the low vibrational women, not the women of value. All these women are trying to talk about, they're trying to use religion to gaslight guys, right? So in the Bible, it says that a man who finds a wife finds a good thing, but they ain't talking about that woman is a pure woman. Pure women, bro. Women who offer value. Women who are fully intact in every single area and facet of their life. A lot of them are operating on low vibration. How do I know? Because women are the same as men. We're all humans. London has the highest rate of depression. America as well. The Western society, people are depressed, people are not happy. I'm going on social media, on TikTok. Everyone is just angry. All these girls, they look good on the outside, they're angry in the inside. All these soul ties running through their body. Their lack of a schedule, man. A lot of these people, once you practice semen retention, you retain your seed, you practice celibacy, you practice abstinence, you take all that sexual energy and you start putting it into things to feed your spirit, strengthen your mind, and put your body under subjection. Right, making yourself uncomfortable in all areas, being convicted by the spirit, pushing your mind into new things, acquiring new skills, learning new vocabularies, strengthening your body when you don't want to go, right? Because it's not about going to the gym that's going to get you gains. Every single person who has gains is all the times that they didn't want to go till it became a lifestyle, right? You do all of those things in this area, there will be no mental depression, but most people are not doing that. Most of these girls are losers, bro. When you practice retention, you realize that a lot of these girls who look good on the outside, a lot of them are losers, bro. But there are winners out here. And to be able to win, you have to get into the winning arena. You have to get on the best team. If you're playing in the low league team right now, but you know you've got potential to be the best player, you have to go back out of the game, out of the arena, get into the sideline, get onto the pitch. No, get onto the sideline, get out of the pitch, get out of the game. Go on the sidelines, go back into the training ground and start acquiring and going back to the fundamentals. Get the fundamentals intact and then get some new skills, right? And then you get back into the game, right? And then when the scouts see you playing, right, they'll be like, nah, bruv, this guy ain't part of it. He ain't part of that league. We need to sign him to a better team. We saw what happened with Ishak. All the way he's gone to Liverpool, 103 million. He waited his turn, knew his value. Now he's playing for Liverpool. You see, what I'm trying to say is that when you add value and you get out of the game, remember I said, the best way to play in the dating game, the best way to play in the dating game is to not play at all. Get out of the game, get into the training ground, get back into the pitch once you study the fundamentals, meaning you've started to unlearn all the stuff that you've learned, right? It might have not been working for you, for the position that you're in, right? And and then you get back into the game, and the scouts will choose you to be on their team. People of value will choose you. When guys are being stubborn and they're not thinking about the bigger picture. They're just thinking about their seat and all the women they're dealing with, right? Who they don't actually want to deal with, but because they want to have options, man. Options are just people who are getting things that they can't really get in one person, so they keep dealing with this person and this person because this person has one little aspect that they like, this person has another aspect they like, and all of this noise can just be literally put to bed if people just worked on themselves, and they can get the scout to choose. They get back into the game, and then they get the scout to choose them. It's curtains. That's what I'm saying. You get back into the game when you've acquired value, and the scout will take you out of that league and put you in a better league. What I'm trying to say is that the people will sow into you. You don't have to sow into them. People will see the value in you. You don't have to prove the value for them. Meaning that as a man, you shouldn't even be chasing women, man. They go and choose you. You will know if you're doing well if a woman looks at you, how she looks at you and how she responds to you, how women respond to you. Whether you're single or whether even in a relationship, a man, how a woman responds to a man in a relationship. Does she respect him, like him, trust his leadership? That will tell you everything you need to know about him. Same thing with men. If you're a guy and you're actually starting to put in a lot of work, how women respond to you is a reflection of your life. So when you see a lot of these guys who are talking about they smashing all these type of women, they will never show you the type of women they're smashing. Even if they do, right, if they got a body count of 100, for example, right, they're only going to show you like 2 or 3 of them lucky misses, bro. But they can never actually, they can get these women, but they can't keep these women. I'm not trying to preach guys to just keep and smash and dash. I'm trying to get guys to get value that can last for the rest of your life. Get value in your career that's going to last you for the rest of your life. Business and last you in the rest of your life, bro. That comes from getting onto the side and getting out into the pitch, bro, and thinking about the bigger picture. Why are you playing? You're playing in League One in the Farmers League in England, when you can play it in League One in France, where you can go to the MLS in America, where you can play for your international team in Africa, bro, and be on the world stage. Bernabeu. You can be on the same pitch as Messi. All these people, man, they bleed just like you. They shit just like you in the toilet. They go through the same things you go through. So there's no place that you cannot put yourself into. And again, it just comes from you getting out of the game and going back on the training line and expanding. Like for example, like I said, why do guys keep chasing women in their city if you know they ain't all that? Even if they look like that, but mentally they're not all that. Most of these women can't even get guys that they really want. They have options. But if they actually had the options of guys that they actually wanted, do you think they'll have options? No. If you actually saw a lot of these girls' DMs who are in their DMs, bro, on my life, you wouldn't even want to chase them, bro. They got uncles in their DMs. They don't have options like you think they do. Because everybody's living a facade. But you see the facade can be crushed down when you actually focus on yourself. People look good on the outside. Guys are putting their value in things and in materials. Women are putting their value on their physical. But without that interior, without that inner work behind closed doors, that shadow work, without that training, you ain't never going to be the Superman of your life or the Superwoman in your life. Man, listen, man. You take Batman, for example. Right, to save Gotham, man, listen, he had to be a normal guy, waking up and doing push-ups, training, going in the dark, in the shadows, training. He didn't just become Batman like that. He was in the shadows, working. James Bond, for James Bond to be James Bond, to acquire all the skills, to go around all the countries that he went around, to be able to learn how to fight, to be able to speak, be fluent in so many different languages, to learn how to dress, to go from the jet to live a life, to learn how to fight, to do all of this, to have all these women onto him. Bro, that's shadow work, man. That's training, bro. What does that look like in your life? Cool, you like brown skin girls, you like black girls so much, bro. But the girls, they got a certain attitude, they got a Western mentality. Cool. Pop Smoke, rest in peace to Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke was from Panama. He's from Panama. They got melanated women in Panama who speak Spanish, bro. Go learn Spanish, bro. They got 52 countries of Africa, all different people, man. All different flavors, bro. And these women are traveling in your city as well, bro. But if someone is going to travel in your city, and let's say you come from a major city in America, London, wherever you're from, they're not going to start off from the bottom. For somebody to go into a country, they're usually going to be at the top. You can attract anyone you want, bro, if you add some value. Some of you guys have already got value in the way you look. You're a bit decent looking. You just have to now add it. You have to look at your life like a game. But the only way you can do that is if you start from... Focus on yourself, man. Don't be stubborn. You got guys who are being stubborn right now, spending $700 on a car when they can be putting that money into a trading account, high yielding savings account, learning crypto if they don't know how to learn it, if they want to invest in that, working more hours if they don't have the skills, or you know, they got all the free time, working more hours to make more money, putting your head down, looking at your bank account and being like, whoa. And then delegating, taking time out, probably going probably going from 60 hours to 40 hours like a normal person. And then from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock, you can be working on your physique, working on your mind, working on your financial literacy. So next time when you have money, you know where to put the money, instead of just not learning anything about business because you're too scared to learn about trading and all of that, which is actually not scary if you actually take the time to learn, which you can learn from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock. You know, you can create content, you can do so many different things, you can put yourself out there into the world. But too many people are being distracted by their friends and by women who haven't been called. These women haven't been called to operate on a higher purpose. Why are you giving your energy to them? Your friends probably haven't been called, or they probably denied the calling. And they're distracted, and they're leading you into their distraction. But you have to look at it. All the people who are in a position right now of power. Let's look at streamers right now. A lot of streamers who are doing well, they've been making videos for 5 to 6 years. At a time, you think they had motion 5, 4, 3, 2 years ago? No. You think they didn't have distractions? You think they didn't have friends who were laughing at them and saying, what the hell are you doing, bro? One streamer was even talking about it. How his friends used to be like, oh, why are you making videos, man? He's moist, because he was probably getting like small likes or something on TikTok. But the minute that he now gets 10,000, you know, 10,000 views, hundreds and hundreds of likes, he's getting motion, he's getting invited to places, bro. He doesn't have to introduce himself to girls because girls know him. Now his friends want to jump on the team. But if he went and listened to his friends, if all these streamers, if anybody who's in a position of power went and listened to their friends, they would have fallen off. If they went and just chased the women without working on themselves, and the women chased them, they wouldn't have been in the position they were, bro. These women ain't going nowhere, man. I'm telling you, man, get your passports, man. I'm telling you, get your passports, man. Start traveling, bro. Yeah, man, like I said, man, start traveling the world, man. That's gonna just kill any desire you have just to accept what you have right now. You realize that a lot of it is just a distraction. You know, these women aren't going anywhere, man. They got 3.3 billion women in the world, man. But your time and your energy into going and to building up yourself is fleeting, man. In the next 5 years, we're gonna see right now. Don't worry about, you know, people living life right now. Flexing. A lot of people are not in the position that they want to be in, right? They have a void and they are distracting themselves with the things of the world that are not going to make any difference in the next 5 years, and they're going to regret it. People always regret things. They're going to be giving testimonies, telling young G's, don't do this, man. Listen, man, you don't have to give your testimony, man. You just have to focus, and the only testimony you have to do is telling people about all the good habits that you acquired right now at this given time. Doesn't matter if you're in a good position or not, man. As long as you're in a position to know that it's time to level up and separate yourself so you can get what you want, and you understand the universal laws of getting value and attracting value, and the scouts getting back into the game so the scout can choose you and put you in a position instead of you pretending that you're good and going up to the scout like, please pick me. Even if they do, man, they're gonna get rid of you later on in the team. So there's no point of that, man. Like I say, man, don't play yourself, train yourself, man. Place, man, where you gotta feed the spirit, strengthen the mind, and put the body under subjection. Listen, man, peace, man. You boys take care, man. Everyone take care. You guys take care, man. Peace, man.